welcome to another episode of the Mother Free Show. You know, I would have finished it, but fuck that. I'm Mr. Toxic, aka Roro, aka Randolph. Won't give you my last name because y'all about to look me up, and I don't need none of that. Add me on Instagram though.
Listen, bro. Listen. It's your boy Serg, the most boringest nigga out here.
It's not Doc no more?
It's not Doc no more, bro. I can't find documents. I'm not going to keep publicizing it. We going to cut it right there, bro. That's it. I'm tired of that shit.
We going to find them documents, though.
You already know. It's your boy Yai. Part 2 on the story coming soon.
Oh, Yai!
What they doing this today? Anyway, today we got a special guest from North Philly.
Man, what?
Go ahead and introduce yourself, dog.
Man, alright. Keep this shit simple. My name Keith. That's it. That's all.
Keith? Who names their child Keith?
Hey, it is what it is.
It's close to keys, bro.
Keith? Hey, yo, Keith, don't bring the keys.
Hey, yo, bring the Keith to my car, bro. Look at him.
Hey, they hit him with the, hey, so what do you want to name the baby? Man, I can't find my keys. How you spell that?
How you spell that? She just mama got a list. Can't find my Keith. Can't find my Keith anywhere. Can't find my Keith. Everybody gets violated when they come to the show, bro. That's just how it is.
That ass.
So,
Except for me, I don't get violated.
yes, you do.
I do the violation.
Hey, yo, I'm asleep.
You know what I'm saying? That he too big to be just, you know what I'm saying? Because after the camera's cut, I ain't trying to get. Anyway,
Hey, Kanye, when we going blonde again?
whenever Donda drop. Whenever Donda drop, I'll dye my hair back again.
Damn funny. Donda just dropped the name.
Hey, Ulta, need you to schedule me for a hair dye? Yeah, like right now.
Yo, so today's topic is fucking tremendous. Like, we had to keep our composure before we even did all this shit because it's just hilarious. It really is. So, like,
This is just cranberry, guys.
yeah, it's good for your digestive system. You know.
Man, fuck that cranberry shit. That shit nasty as fuck.
So, bro, I'm gonna just go right into it, bro. Like, what's the most craziest spot you ever fucking just beat your shit to?
Damn,
bro?
off rip?
Off rip, bro.
Fuck.
Like, where'd you just sit there like?
Okay, I ain't gonna lie.
Matter of fact, you gotta go first.
Oh yeah, you
gotta go first.
You gotta go first.
Go ahead and take that.
Don't lie and say, bro, be my. Yeah, you do.
You sit in.
How you know?
Everybody does it.
Hey,
Everybody does it.
Pause. Let me
Look,
answer this
bro.
damn question.
Everybody does that shit. Don't lie.
You said craziest spot?
Crazy spot you ever whack your shit.
This nigga was probably on shift, nigga. Sitting in the back of the car.
I know you about to say. Don't do
In
it.
the back of the car.
Hey, nah, I want to keep this shit. Nah, fuck that.
Alpha 2, what is it?
No, like on the roof type shit, on balcony type.
Balcony.
Balcony?
Yeah.
My man said, we're already little kids, you know what I'm saying?
Hell no, you gotta explain that, bro.
No.
You gotta explain that, bro. This man's just gonna say hey, the balcony, your turn.
No, we need a backstory, because what the fuck?
Wait, hold on. How did that even come
Hey,
to like
details.
conclusion?
He got details, bro. That's it.
Bro, what do you mean?
How you end up on the balcony? Explain the balcony, the area, bro. It's not like
it's just a balcony, bro. It's
Bro, so
like,
what made you go to the balcony?
But we about to roast you if you don't get the talking, bro.
for real,
bro, I just wanted to beat my meat. Kept that shit simple. Didn't want. I had a roommate, so kept that shit simple. Just went out to the balcony, did that shit real quick. That's it.
So what the fuck?
So broad day.
Nah.
That's what I'm telling you, bro. Give us detail. Be like,
bro,
it was like 12 o'clock at night, bro. Dark
Bro,
as shit.
I'm gonna paint the picture in your head when I tell you where I did my
No,
shit
bro,
at. I'm
I'm
painting the picture.
Bro,
You gotta let them know,
bro,
like.
it was at night.
Yo, you got something on your lip.
Pause. It was at night, and
Just
that's
kidding.
it.
You good?
This man said it was at night. Hey, so long story short, this man decided he was like, "Hey, yo, it's dark outside. I'm gonna go out to the wilderness, have a mosquito jump on my shit while I'm beating my meat."
Bite my head off.
This nigga wasn't watching no porn because this nigga ain't say
Bro.
he was watching no.
He was out there in the atmosphere like.
Hey, he was like, hey, yo, the moon's looking good.
Nice and circular. Oh my god, look at
Oh
that
my
horn.
god, is that the man on the moon?
Is that the Northern Star?
I never had that before. Let's see what that feeling like.
Hey, this man phone died. He said, "Damn, them two bears getting it on look good, bro."
Nah.
Bro, I'm asleep.
Bro, what's your craziest story, bro?
My craziest. I wouldn't even say it's really that crazy, because, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody gets down bad at one point in their life. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets down bad. You
How
lying
down bad though?
I don't know, like,
Bro, so
oh, it's gonna be good.
I was at my aunt's house. You know how...
Why we got the same story?
Listen.
Oh,
You know how you always have them sleepovers with your cousins and you have, like, it's like 30 y'all in one room?
And you the only freak in the house.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's 30 y'all in one room, and I'm just like, I'm trying to go to sleep, shit. I can't. You know what I'm saying? You ever watch what's that fucking show on Netflix? What is that fucking show? The shit about the hormone monsters. That shit. Fucking Big Mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, the shit that is in his head the whole
Yes.
time?
Yeah.
So that motherfucker, the fucking horny demon, get to talking to me. He's just like, hey yo, it's about that time, dog.
Hey, yo.
I'm over here like, bro, I don't feel like it. Meat over here at attention. I'm just like, just standing up, poking out the blanket type shit.
Hey, so you're not gonna do it back? Okay.
So you're not gonna do it back? Copy. Anyway, so I'm just laying there, and then I look over, and everybody just knocked the fuck out. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, I don't know why everything demonic related happens at 3 a.m., but that's just what it was. So I woke up, and I was just like, all right, I gotta beat my shit. So I stand up.
You just had to whack the woody.
I had to, bro. So I stand up. In my aunt's house, I don't know if it's the same way in fucking...
So you stand up and start beating your meat?
Nah, listen. I don't know if the houses are the same way how they are, and because you're from Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I only stayed in Jersey for a little bit. I stayed in Millville. It was like regular houses out there.
So it was like condo type? Like,
Yeah, so like, okay, so it was like one of those, you go in the door and there's like a house right here. You go to stairs, another house right there. You go to stairs, another house right there.
Okay, and then they had balconies?
Yes.
Okay, I
So it's one of those. So our family stayed in like the first 3 and then skipped the floor and then all the way at the top. We had another house up there. So I'm fucking walking upstairs or whatever. I see my grandma come out. She's just like, what are you doing up? I'm just like, I gotta use the bathroom. She's like, this bathroom's downstairs. Like, my cousins are in those bathrooms. She's like, okay, cool. So I go all the way up to the top floor.
Everybody sleep.
I go all the way to the top floor.
Downstairs. Nobody in these damn bathrooms.
I'm gonna get to that part. So I'm sitting there and I got my phone. I'm over here looking up everything. Got my AirPod in my ear. I'm just like,
Are you
fuck am I
seriously
gonna-
watching porn by yourself?
I'm gonna get to that part too. So we sitting there and I didn't know my phone was still connected to the speaker downstairs. I didn't. No, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. Loud as fuck. I'm on the top floor, and the shit's happening on 2 floors below. So I'm on the top floor, and all I hear is jerkmates are tapping the fuck on my screen.
The ad.
Yes, bro, the ad. Jerkmates is now. I'm just like pausing that bitch, right? That motherfucker was not pausing. I had to turn my phone off, and I didn't hear it no more. I was like, bro, if I turn this bitch back on, is it gonna start playing? So I sat there for like 10 minutes contemplating. I finally just said, fuck it. Use my imagination, just start whacking my shit. And then my grandma, all I hear is fucking doom, 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 doom. I'm like, oh shit. Pull my meat up real quick. I'm like, yo, she was like, I went in your cousin's rooms, everybody's asleep, and we just heard the loudest noise on the speaker talking about jerkmates. I was like, I wouldn't know anything about that. You know the neighbors are still connected to our speakers, so it could have been one of them. I'm literally taking a shit as I'm standing up with my meat in my hand, just like, you know what I'm saying? I finally go ahead, get my shit off, open the door. And you know how everybody got that cousin that's not their cousin, they just married into the family?
Yeah.
She's standing outside the door. I didn't know. I walk out, get finna beat my meat. She was just like, you were in there long enough. What were you doing? I was like, don't worry about all that. Walk down the stairs. I didn't know I could finish twice in one night. That's all I'm saying. I didn't know that. I just thought that was weird, bro. I was like, because any other time I've ever beat my meat, bro, I've been in a bed. In a bed.
That's true. Bro, I think, since we got similar stories, so we used to have this house where like, I lived in the first floor, my aunt lived in the second floor, and we're doing a house party.
Mm-hmm.
You know who you are. You caught my ass. So,
Hey, yo, comment and say I caught his ass. Just like
Yeah,
that.
I want to know.
Just I caught his ass, so I know
bro,
what it is.
so
So I know who to DM and to get the actual story.
nah, this is the actual story. So whatever, boom, we're throwing a house party, and everybody's in like they're in my house, like in the first floor. The attic got a bathroom. My uncle lived in the attic, but he had there was nobody there.
Mm.
So somehow that day, within that time, I kind of timed. I was like, yo, you know how you kind of analyze the party or whatever. You're kind of like, all right, let's see what I'm about to go. Boom.
So y'all niggas, you decided to beat your meat in the middle of a park, bro.
Bro, there was a shorty there, bro, and I think I was like, I had to be like 10 or 11. I was ready to beat my meat. We talked about this in the past episodes. I'll beat my meat. Bro, I go upstairs. My uncle was sleeping, but I didn't know after the fact. Bro, so I'm in there, and I got the red tube on like full blast. I'm like, having a party, you can't hear me. Nigga, I'm telling you, the third stroke, all I heard was, hey, what you doing in there? But in Spanish, obviously. What you doing in there? He was like, and the door.
Hey, shit's still playing, nigga.
Hold on. ¿Cómo se dice what you doing in there? Say it for our Hispanic viewers.
¿Qué tú estás haciendo? Literally what happened. And then, bro, the door didn't lock, so he opened it. He called me mid. I was like, literally. And I'm like,
I hope no one heard that.
you know what he told me?
I hope no one.
He said, one day you'll be a man, you won't need that. I bet. Siri. No, Siri. No, what the? So I got insurance. It'll be all right. So, mind you, he told me that he's like, when you grow up, you won't need that. You won't need that. No, my bad, cuz. Homophobic.
Beat your meat with the hand?
Both hands.
Wow! My boy got the horse. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. My stories are always boring. That's why I'm the boringest nigga out here. It's not even that entertaining.
Why the fuck are you beating your meat with 2 hands? How you beat your meat with 2 inches? 2 hands. How you use 2 hands on 2 inches?
You'd be surprised what you could do with 2 inches. I call it the hook method.
Anyway, I got caught. He told me that dumb shit.
I know what I'm doing tonight.
Try a new method. Hey, you need some like oil base, water base.
Yep.
Cool. Water base. Anyway, I don't even want to tell my story no more. Y'all kind of just fucked it up for me. Honestly, like,
How we fuck it up for you?
I don't know. Anyway, so my uncle called me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, you could find a better place to do this. Not in my bathroom. And my squeaky ass voice, like, everybody's throwing a party. I want to do it downstairs. You could wait till tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. Him with that. Okay.
So my question is, I know your uncle's talking to you, but
I still got my hand in my meat and my phone in my hand. Yes, bro. Yes. I'm just there like this.
is it still playing though?
No, I don't remember. It might have been playing low key.
Hey,
So what you watching?
hey, look. You couldn't wait till next week,
Bro, but this is the good part though.
Hey, one sec.
This is how karma hits. This is how karma hits. Bro, like a week later, you know, like around that time, I said
You
like,
caught him beating his meat?
no, bro, I caught him watching porn, but he was watching gay porn. Oh, that was the part that caught me the most, bro.
Y'all go ever did time and pen?
He said when I was like, "Oh, those are 2 guys." He was like, "Hey, that's just the way the DVD was made."
Oh.
I guess it was a DVD that had like mixtures.
Fuck no,
Different
nigga.
thing.
I'm not trying to hear that shit.
That's what I said.
Oh shit! Big black gay niggas rail each other. Like, what there's no way you can get around that.
Yes, bro. But then I found out that person wasn't really my uncle. It was like you said, one of the uncles that got brought into the family, shit like that.
So your uncle was trying to, he's trying to be on your dick, trying to see what that shit felt like.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, your uncle was being extra nice to you the past couple weeks.
Yeah,
After that.
hold on, let me go and block this man. 'Cause I don't know who that is. So hold on, let me see.
Let's see. Nigga hacking.
Mr. Toxic, I know you got a story. Every single time we have one of these conversations, your story be having me dying. So, bro,
I am not gonna lie to you, bro.
This is the part I like the most.
This is the. I'm really not gonna lie to you,
Stick
bro.
this long.
wood on your back.
I ain't never really had no crazy spot where I be
Bullshit. Bullshit.
I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. So, I used to be a janitor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I used to work.
What? Go ahead.
I used to be a janitor, right? So I used to work.
You're whistling loud as Nigga, white boy mopping on that.
Nah, so I used to be a janitor, right? And sometimes we would start working at like 8 type shit, whatever the fuck. And there'll be people that stay there so late, or whatever the fuck.
Oh, that's when you were working with your mom?
Yeah. So I'm over here. We go to the building. Some reason, I had a shawty at the time, and shawty decided to send me some explicit photos. You feel
Why
me?
y'all like to do that? With, like,
I don't mind it, but at the time
cool,
I was
but
still
I'm
in
not work, bro.
I was still in high school, so you know them hormones is
Them bitches kicking.
Yeah. So I seen just one ass cheek, and I was like, I already know what this is, bro. Hey, I already know what this is. Hey, look. hey, my meat hanging on the side of my leg, bro. Cause I always every time I go to work, I like to be comfortable. So I'm wearing sweats or whatever. Meat,
No drawers.
meat.
Hey,
Nigga, well, hold on, bro.
what you think the uniform is tonight? Freak show, freak shorts.
Bro, my meat
No pants.
touching my knee at this point, right? And I'm vacuuming. And it was like an old school vacuum shit. Boom, so I'm vacuuming. My mom went to a different building to go clean. She let me to clean that building. So I was like, I'm not gonna hold you. I think I got some time. I'm not gonna hold you. Shawty sent me pictures already, right? Boom. It's only like 8 o'clock. Probably just hit 8 o'clock.
That's
Type
probably
shit.
sounds about right.
Probably just hit 8 o'clock. I'm like,
That's when the clock like, yep,
Yeah.
you start beating that shit.
yeah, I'm like, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. There's a bathroom right over there. Fuck it. Boom. I'm using Shawty's pictures, and she sent me like a little GIF or video type shit. It was like a short ass video.
Wait,
So-
it's like
No, nigga. No.
The heart box where my
Fuck no.
heart
So-
used to be.
Bro, I go into the fucking bathroom, right? And I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna hold you, kind of stinking here. My dick don't want to get hard no more. I hit one of them cubicles, nigga. Back one. First back one. Over here watching this shit, just
yamming that bitch away.
yo, bro. I'm telling you, I'm going fucking ballistic. I'm lasting a mean ass minute too, cause I'm trying to like hurry the process before I fucking hear my mom come, cause I can hear the door open. No cap. Finish busting a nut and everything, like, you know.
Nigga shot that bitch in the toilet.
I don't know whose fucking cubicle that shit was, nigga. No, I was in the cubicle. So I grabbed like the napkins over there, cleaned the bitch off, and I get up. Bro, kid you not, cubicle right next to it. Like the office, like right next to it. Lady comes out, she's like, yeah, you have a good night. I'm like, yeah, you too.
The whole time she's like, that motherfucker whacked me in my telling Bob tomorrow. He ain't gonna want to sit there no more.
And then Bob gonna tell Jimmy, and Jimmy gonna tell Jim.
Exactly.
Bro, I was like, fuck. Bro, she ain't noticed. I was like, nah, ain't no way she noticed, nigga. No loud, nothing or whatever the fuck. And at the time, it wasn't no fucking. I ain't had an AirPods. I had the Beats Pro. So
The little Johns.
Yeah, so I hooked both of them motherfuckers in my ears, nigga. Make sure, just in case she was moaning type shit. But Shawty came out. It was an older lady too. I guess she was trying to catch me in the act. She'd be like, hey yo, Sonny, I can help you with that.
Sonny.
Okay, start going. Bro, I kid you not.
3,000.
I kid you not. I never went back into that building ever again.
I wouldn't either. Hell
Bro,
no.
bro, it was 8 o'clock. I'm thinking everybody home. Nigga, I'm over here, bro. I'm talking about the recliner seat and everything. And I'm nigga back all the way back.
Wow. And so speaking of fucking,
Oh yeah.
speaking of you just say you got scared, right? You got scared. You know what I'm saying? You thought the
Oh,
bitch
yeah,
caught
yeah.
you or some
Oh,
shit like
hell
that.
yeah, for sure.
I guarantee your heart dropped in your ass, especially you because you got caught.
I was
Me too.
I was still sitting in the chair. I had my pants coming up. But like I was still sitting in the seat when she called me. I was sitting here like this, phone laid down. I hear ruffling, and I'm like, oh damn. I was like, damn, somebody in here. They just what? You have a good night.
Clueless as fuck.
As he got thousands of babies in a napkin, just like.
Hey,
Thousands, millions.
you have a good night too, ma'am.
Remember, I went to school to be the public doctor, but I can't for my doctor degree.
Facts. So, speaking of getting scared, you know what I'm saying? Our hearts over here jumping and shit. Brings us into our next topic. What in the fuck? I'm asking you this first.
Right.
What is your deepest fear?
Death.
Death
You
fear?
can't be. That can't. Bro, excuse
Like,
me.
okay, what about
Excuse me.
death?
It can't just be death because there's different things that lead to death.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It can't just be that.
No.
Is it just the overall fact that you don't know what's gonna
Bro,
happen?
you can
after
walk out my
die?
house and get shot. And
So that's what it is. That's what it
I don't
is.
care about getting shot at, like, if I don't live. That's what I'm afraid of. If you get shot, like, you have the possibility to fucking live through the next day and shit.
Unless you walk up with a goddamn tracker on your head. You
mow
ain't
your shit
living
down.
nothing. You're not living nothing. But
sleep.
so you're saying it's just the overall fact of just you don't know what's gonna happen after you die.
Yeah, basically.
I think that's
reasonable.
fair, but that's like a multi thing that everybody thinks that.
That's reasonable, but that's like literally.
Fuck no, nigga. I don't give a fuck. I'm being scared to caught in a weird position where I can't explain myself. Like
That's
I'm
true.
talking about.
There's no aftermath
I'm talking
to
about
it.
like back arch type thing, like dick propped up like a fucking like one of these stands or something. Like I'm talking about like just like.
Like a goddamn gorilla when it's stretching.
Hey, I'm just looking back. Bro, it's not what it looks like.
No, you're gay, bro.
It's not what it looks like.
Why you on?
Gay.
Why you on my dick?
I'd be like,
Why you on my dick?
you gotta turn around. Hey, yo, why the fuck didn't you knock, nigga? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, just being caught in a position where you really cannot explain yourself. Like, nigga,
That's why it says
I know
like a
everybody has
mutual
been
thing.
like, I know everybody has fucking like tried to chew off their toenail, like try to bite the fucking toenail.
That's kid shit.
Yeah,
Low-key,
so, imagine doing that butt ass naked. Like niggas is sticky. Niggas is sticky. You trying to do something else, nigga.
You trying to eat your own ass.
Nigga, like nigga, you trying to
Bro, how about the kids
Hey,
that
you-
put their heel and foot behind their neck?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like you
Hell
stretch.
no.
Hey, yo,
Hey,
if you
hey,
could put your heels, if you could put your legs behind your neck, I need you to ask me a question.
Yeah, please.
DM me separately. DM me separately. Comment and say you can do it. I'm gonna DM you because I got a question.
bro.
So how you take the dick out of that?
Bro, like I'm telling you, bro. Like if you in that position where you just like, so happily today, I feel like doing it, or you do it in boxers, bro, and your dick fall out. You're not tripping
Come out
because
the
it's your
side.
dick, because you're not trying to do that shit. Like you just know, you just be like, my dick came out the hole, bro. I'm still about to bite this toenail, but doom. Oh, so this what we doing now? We sucking your own dick? What are you talking about, bro?
I'm trying to bite my toenail. I don't got no
So
clip.
I had to go to gym one day, right? And I didn't have shorts. You know, I was in middle school, like fucking maybe 7th grade, and
You
I was
weren't dating
dating.
draws?
I was dating this bad bitch at the time, right? She was in my gym class, and I promise you, she was dead at Serenity. You know who you are. She was the baddest female in the school. I don't care what nobody say. So, fucking, we're in gym class, and I was like, fuck, I don't got no shorts. But my boxes were long enough to kind of be shorts.
This nigga.
They didn't have the hole either where it looked like it didn't have the little, you know how most boxers have the little print where you can pull your meat out? It didn't have that. So it literally just looked like shorts. So I went out there and we're playing basketball this day. It was a Friday, so it's a free day. We're all just playing basketball.
He goes for it.
I went like this, play defense, and I shit you not, my meat falls out. Everybody's looking. All the females on the side that don't be doing a little cheerleading or throwing a little football around, they're just like, oh my God, it's hot. They were just like, yo. And I shit you not, ever since then, I went to Westover Middle School. From middle school, 6th grade, all the way up until Westover High School to like 9th grade, right? No, because this plays into it. So all of that, from all that time, all I've been known as is, yo, this motherfucker's meat fell out of shorts and fucking while he was playing basketball.
Hey, it's Meat Boy.
It wasn't even like that. So every time a new female or a new guy came to school, they'd be like, "Yo, I heard that you fucking." I'm like, "Damn, everybody gonna tell this fucking story?"
Hey, so what happened was this nigga's over here explaining. So what happened? This is what happened. Right?
This is what really happened. I ain't had no goddamn shorts, so I just went out there in my drawers, and my drawers didn't. They said "fuck you," and my dick said, "Hey, cuz, I'm gonna jump out of here real quick."
Yo, so since he answered what his biggest fear, which kind of said like it was like it's a mutual thing.
Mhm.
Like what's your like type of?
Man, don't look at me weird when I say this, but my biggest fear.
Getting his ass ate.
That too, bitch. You trying to eat my ass? Anyway, but my biggest fear for real is honestly being stabbed. Do you know what somebody can do to you when they get up close to you with a knife? I don't care. Like, let's just say let's just take the kid. I don't know if you guys remember that shit. The dude, he was in New York and this shit happened to him. He was in one of the fucking boroughs. I don't fucking remember where the fuck he was at in New York, but he went to the store and these guys mistaked him for somebody else that his sister had got. I guess she got dumped by him or she got raped by him or some shit like that.
Are you talking
And they
about
had
in front of the
machetes.
group?
Junior, the boy Junior.
Yes. That shit was big.
They
as
had
fuck.
machetes and they were fucking just chopping his shit up.
Yeah,
Chopping his
I
shit
think
up.
they were looking for him in the store. He came out through another door or some shit like that.
And the dude
then
told him to
caught
go away.
outside and then the store owner I think felt bad because he told him to go away when he could have just saved his life.
Exactly.
You ever heard about this?
No, I've heard about it. No, yeah.
Yeah, and they literally stabbed that.
They literally had machetes. They were
Footsies
just
over here?
stabbing him, and then one of them slit his throat. And he walked 2 blocks to the nearest hospital and collapsed outside the hospital and died.
Yeah, and died. Yeah, 15 years old.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
I know
like,
what you're talking about.
if somebody gets up close to you with a
Because you
knife,
can't really repair an organ. That's what I'm trying to say.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if somebody stabs you, they're not just. It's not like a bullet where it's just like one little hole going through.
Certificate.
It's like they can go through a bullet. yeah, they can shoot you like this or whatever. You're probably gonna die quicker if you get shot. If you get stabbed, you're gonna have time to just sit there and just be like, "Yo, I'm really fucking like bleeding."
I'm really bleeding, yeah.
Especially if someone slits your throat. You're not gonna die instantly.
Y'all talking about like, so I'm guessing y'all like most like your fear is like life threatening type shit. I think my type of fear is just a little different, and the category is like, I think my biggest fear is like having kids and not being able to raise them. You know what I'm saying? Like something was to happen, like not be able to raise my kids and leave my wife or whatever it is at the time just kind of like hanging. Like that's kind of fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like not that it's fucked up because if it just happens, it happens for me. But other than that, I think that's my biggest fear is not being having that support for my kids. Because it's like, damn, like,
hey, I don't mind getting milk.
That's why we call him Mr. Toxic, right there. That's exactly why.
But that's just
what'd you say? Wham, you said you need a pack of Newports. I'll be back.
3 years later. Dad, I thought you said you would. Dad.
How'd you get my number, nigga?
Hold on. You want to do on fucking TikTok, Trey Rags? I'm not your dad. What you trying to do, nigga?
You have a collected call from. Hey, yo, you got milk?
hey, yo, they ain't have almond milk.
Hey, yo, can you re up my J Pass? If y'all don't know, so J Pass, I think it's J Card or J Pass is the shit in jail you re up the money in to fucking like give money and shit like that.
Yeah, JPay.
JPay, that's what it is. There you go. That shit's
Fuck
funny.
no.
I used to re up my boys.
I had to re up my uncle. I love you, Unc. I don't know why you. I know why you still in there. You talking about something? I'm innocent. You are not innocent. But anyway.
Fuck no.
Anyway.
Now on some real shit though, like my biggest fear type shit is bro, pretty much. I'm fucking. This nigga is over here flexing.
Oh, do you see this shit?
Anyway, go ahead.
Nah,
I don't know why I was so interested.
I'm fucking no cap. I'm scared of heights, but if you put me on a plane and told me to jump off type shit,
The fuck?
hey, if you had a gun to my head and you was just like, hey nigga, you can live if you jump.
I'm jumping, yo.
You know, like there's certain fears you can overcome, like being scared of spiders or whatever the fuck. Like I feel like those are my biggest fear, and it's something like you literally avoid, like something that you could do, but you avoid it all the time. Like if you were put in certain situations, like if you're scared of snakes, they put you in a fucking barrel full of snakes. You got to deal with that shit. Like you're trapped in a barrel full of snakes. You got to deal with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking dead.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like if they put you in that situation, you kind of have to deal with that shit.
It's
No
not-
one can
it's not
put
as
me in
bad.
this situation to where it's just like, yeah, here's a fucking brand new house. You're the landlord now. Try to figure it out, my boy. Like that shit is,
That's terrifying.
bro. That shit it's scary to me because if I find out you're taking advantage of me because I'm trying to be like a nice landlord or trying to figure this shit out, and you're like, oh yeah, you're supposed to be doing this or doing that, like basically financially wise, like in the situation where I gotta own something, you're giving me something.
You give responsibility
Yeah,
that I've
so
never
it's like-
dealt with.
Like, yeah, so if you told me, yo, run this business, take care of this house, be a landlord, like, you know, or fucking taking care of a kid, it's not really scary. Getting somebody pregnant, it's not really.
So I'm gonna give you an
Scary to me.
example of that. 'Cause I know you're coming from. That's just
It's
like
bro, because to be honest, what?
I'm gonna give
Getting
you.
somebody pregnant and shit. That shit's scary.
I mean,
as
if
fuck.
she ugly, that's.
No,
If
in
she,
general,
nah, cause yeah,
No
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 offense to the
offense.
ugly female, cause they're ugly men too. There's no offense to
Yeah.
people who are ugly in general. I can't
Someone
bring you
below your standard that you decided to sleep with because you was down bad, and now you gotta bring a human into this world.
That sucks.
So that's
Besides being stabbed, one thing that I could probably put over being stabbed is, bro, I don't give a fuck. I am definitely fucking terrified of heights.
Facts.
Like,
Yeah.
there's
So
some
you do
things
roller
I can
coasters?
do.
Fuck.
There's certain roller coasters that I just will not do.
Yeah, but
I'll
that's
do every roller coaster.
what I'm saying though. Like in those situations like that, like you could be put in those situations. You could literally be put in those situations
Like, we'll grab
by
you.
force.
You're going on the ride.
By force. So it's just like,
Passing them fucking.
bro, that's what I'm saying. By force. So it's like, yeah, I'm afraid of heights. Yeah, I'm afraid of this. I'm afraid of that. But this is something that I try to avoid at all costs. Like being afraid of something that you physically yourself or financially, whatever, mentally you avoid. Like I avoid thinking about my feelings because, bro, that shit is so dark in there. It's such a dark
That
place.
shit too.
That's a dark ass place.
That
for
is
me.
a fucking tunnel that I don't like to
Yeah,
go.
so it's
But
just-
all right, so now that that's brought up, like, so those dark tunnels, because I'm pretty sure we all go through it. Damn near all. I think every human in general does go through it. Like honestly, or just know how to deal with it. So, for example, me, like, you see how like people be like, oh, like I feel like I'm in this hole that I can't get out of, type shit. So I've gotten to that point before. I kind of take it as a like now, like I kind of like hover over it. I'm like I can kick rocks into it and not get myself in, and not jump in the hole. You know what I'm saying? Like I can. I've gone through it to the point where now if I go through it again, I can stop it or kind of just like take that break. Like, oh, hold on. Something before, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But that shit is a big fear too, because, bro, you look like you got a bitch resting face like all the time, or like, or just like you can't hide it. People be like, oh, I can't approach that person.
It's like me, for example. You guys know me. I'm a goofy motherfucker. I come around you guys and I'm always making jokes and shit like that. And then it's like you can tell whenever somebody's like not there because of those situations, those dark situations. Like I'll probably get up. I'm pretty sure there's been a few times when me and Sergio see each other outside the fucking room, right? He's just like
and we won't talk to, bro. We won't talk to each other.
Like literally,
we'll literally go to the bathroom, come out. I wait for him outside, be like this. He'll come out and be like,
keep literally. Room. Like, cause we both just know. Like, I've gotten to the point with this nigga. Like, now I was just like, I can just feel it. Like, yo, this nigga's not right. Let me text him real quick. Or like the other day when he was like, yo, it's like 8 o'clock. Why are you going to the gym? I'm just like, bro, I just need to go to the gym. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I had to decompress at the gym,
bro. When I tell you, I literally needed that run because we ran a game. I got there, but I just needed to be in an environment that I missed. You know what I'm saying? I just need to be in that environment. There's certain holes that you go into that you just can't get out of. Like, for example, my roommate. As everybody, you guys do know, we had a soldier, Paris, who fucking committed suicide for other shit, right? So my roommate is probably the one who's been taking this shit the fucking hardest, because he was with her the morning that she bought the gun, and the same morning that she did what she did. So he blames himself. He's just like, oh, bro, she told me she was taking a nap. And ever since then, he drinks every fucking day damn near. Except during work days, because like, at least he has that type of tolerance to just be like, I'm not going to do it. Yeah. But when it's not working, he's in a hole. He's in a hole where he cannot dig himself out of.
They call that the rabbit. Because it's like the rabbit can go in, do his thing in his hole when it's like not feeling like publicity, I guess you could say, like when it doesn't want to be around people, and kind of just jumps right out of it. Or like a fox just comes out the hole when it wants to go do what it wants to do, right? Yeah. So that's basically the thing. And fuck it, I know more to the story, but I don't think you should say that because it's that. Yeah,
we can't speak too much on it,
but my point is like that's like those are big ass. Those are fears too that lead to the same thing, and it's just like complicated as fuck. Like you never like lost a family member that you thought that like you would never see go away, and then when they actually pass, it's just like,
fuck, they're really gone.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just like that. That happened to me with my grandfather. Like, so my grandfather died. My grandfather passed away in 2015, November 27th.
Hey, you trying to copy my life or some shit? And he probably when did he pass?
November 27th.
On Thanksgiving?
On Thanksgiving.
Mine too. Exact same day, Thanksgiving, 2015.
And to be honest, like I think like a day before, I had took him to go get a pack of Marlboros, 100s. I think
the Marlboro. Yeah, I used to smoke Marlboro Lights,
bro. And the red John, the red pack. I'm like, yo, I told him like, yo, how you smoke this shit? So he like a little off story. He told me that like back in the day, like people used to really roll their old like cigarettes, and it was more natural. It was better. That's why if you see all these old people like smoking like cigarettes and shit, or like these like they look like pre-rolls, but they're actually they just roll up tobacco and they smoking like that because it's healthier. And bro, literally that day I had to take him to go get that shit. The next day I get a phone call. I was in school. Boom. My mom was like, "Hey, your grandfather's in the hospital." I'm like, "For what?" I'm like, "Why in the hospital?" And then she said that he fell off his bike and hit a curve, like hit his head on the curve or whatever. And I'm like, that's crazy because you see that the same scar I got is where he got hit. And a few years before that, I had gotten into a bike accident, and that's how I got the scar. And I remember he was on like that life preserve machine, whatever that shit that. So
ventilator.
Yeah. So I went to the hospital 2 days later because the first 2 days they wouldn't let people in. So when I went, bro, literally when I went in there and I saw him, the machine pumping him, you know the first thing I said? He's dead. Everybody, and my grandma was like, no, he's not. He's still breathing. I was like, that's the machine. If I unplug this shit right now, I bet he's not going to breathe. But just like that. 24 hours later, everybody left. and I was in the hospital just chilling. I remember I think I bought all the Pop-Tarts out the machine, low key. I was there chilling, boom, and I was like the whole time I was there, like low key, it felt like I saw my life, kind of like it was like a little like memory tape of like who my grandfather was, and I just sat there. I remember the doctor that came out, he was like, "Oh my God, there's somebody still here, a family member of it." He's like, "Oh, can you call somebody so we can?" He's like, "We need to make a decision fast with your grandfather." And I was like, "I already know he's dead. Like, what do we have to do?" He's like, "I can't talk about that. You're not of age." I was like, "I'm 17. I think I have the right to make a decision on something that generated for me to be alive at this time." He was like, "What do you mean?" Like, I was like, "He had sex with my grandma. They had my mom, and my mom had me." Literally, that's literally what I said. I'm like, that's not that fucking. It's simple. Whatever. I'm getting frustrated because I've been knowing my grandfather already has 2 days, like just like rotting himself in there, and the doctor had gave us 2 options. So I had called my uncle, and my uncle was like, I told him, I was like, "I need you to come over here." Boom, boom. Fuck it. More of the story is, the doctor was just trying to have people unplug the machine because they weren't going to do it. So what happened? My uncle was like, "Well, I'm not going to pull it." I was like, "Dang, that's your dad. You told me I got to pull it?" So the doctor said, "Yeah, whenever you guys ready." Bro, when I tell you, I grabbed my uncle's hand, my grandfather's hand, bro, the last thing I felt was this. I felt that, and I plugged the machine. And I went to go grab him again, and I felt the same pulsate on my hand again. And it kind of just like, it beeped like little. Bro, if anything, that was probably the biggest misunderstanding that I've ever went through in my life. I didn't know if it was a message. I don't know if it was like, "I'm going to touch you last." I don't know nothing. Bro, at this point, I still haven't cried. Like, you know how people are like, "Oh, they all cry and stuff at the beginning." I ain't cried at all. Boom, a year goes by. I joined the army, and I'm here. I remember. And I was like, nah, I'm never afraid to be myself. I go by the bottle that he
telling me about this.
I go by the bottle that he liked. Like, he always liked. It was like some aguardiente shit, like some like white shit, like some Mexican shit.
Yeah.
And I had bought that. Whatever, bro. When I tell you, the first thing I did was open it and kind of like, "Oh, this is for you." Boom. And then as soon as I dropped that shit, it vanished. Like, it felt like it steamed. Like if it was like the floor was hot. It's the first thing I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" I called my mom. And she was like, and mind you, it was like 12 o'clock at night. It was like 3 in the morning, like in the East Coast. And she's like, "What happened?" And I was like, I went to go I went to go pour a little bit for my grandfather was there, and it steamed out. She was like, "What?" And she FaceTimed me. So I put my phone down like this or whatever, and she was like, "What happened?" Bro, as soon as she said what happened, I just started to pour. Like pour. And she told me that I was talking to her, the way she was understanding me, like if I was her dad talking. So I don't remember the conversation that I was having. I guess my grandfather had to send one more message out, and it came out through me. And I literally don't remember. So that shit haunts me every day. I told my mom, and she's like, "I don't want to talk about it." I still to this day don't know what I said. She won't tell me because it's like she said something. She said I said something positive about me, but she had to tell me in the future. So hopefully it's something that my mom could tell me, but I still don't know. And that's like something that's one of the biggest things that I don't really talk about that I fear, but that's my biggest fear. To see what that message was. And I'm like, damn, that shit hits.
You know it's positive.
Shit, it is.
You know it's positive. But so we got him and dying, you and just being put in situations that you just don't know what to do.
It's not that. It's just.
Hold on, let me see this shit before that's supposed to hot ass today.
Yeah.
We still going.
I'm not gonna lie, for like 10 seconds I was just sitting here just like.
It's not really, but put in situations that I don't know what to do. It's just like I avoid situations I don't know what to do. That's my thing. My biggest fear is failing.
You know how I told him that one time?
I could put failure on like my third.
My biggest fear is fucking failing in any form I put myself into. So that's my thing. Because if I fail, anybody I'm doing it for, or anybody I'm like, whatever I'm doing it for that reason, I failed them. They're relying on me. Like, I generally don't rely on anybody at all. So it's just like, if I fail, if you're relying on me in something and I fail, I just failed you and whoever was behind you.
Who else was expected there?
Whoever was behind you. So that's That's my biggest. Like I made it sound like in situations, but my biggest fear is failing. My biggest fear is fucking failing. That shit, it irritates me. And when I do it, it's just like, when I do it, it's just like, bro, it's just a big ass depression.
You know, my grandfather told me, based on that. So right before, maybe a year and a half before he passed, right? He was just like, because this is when I was playing video games and shit heavy, and I was like, yo, I don't have the money to do this shit, but I want, mind you, I'm like fucking maybe.
Is that why you
I'm
always
like
find
fucking 13.
Whenever you need gas, something always appears?
Exactly. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. That rosary I got in my car, bro, I think that's the reason why I always have gas in my car. But,
not because it's a Camry.
no, hell no. Hell no. Once it gets down to like 50 miles, that should start going like. That's the thing they don't tell you about.
Somebody poke a hole in the fucking gas tank.
Exactly. That's the thing they don't tell you about fucking gas saving cars. Once it gets down to like 50, start going like that. Gas miles just go down. But so my grandfather told me a year and a half before he passed, I'm like fucking maybe 13, and he's like, no matter what you do or how you do it, you're gonna fail. Especially if people know you're gonna make it.
I think it's fucked.
If you know you're gonna make it, right? There's always gonna be an obstacle. You're never just gonna get to where you want to be directly. That's never gonna happen. And if it does, something's gonna happen later down the road to where it just literally just ruins everything you did. But if you're trying to get somewhere, you have to fail. If you don't know what it feels like to fail, then you're not gonna know what it feels like to succeed.
That should sound like a pyramid scheme to me. Get to the top, get
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry, sir. We just put you from the server.
No, yeah, I've heard of that. I believe in that, but I have too much. I have way too much on my shoulders. No, not pride.
But like too much.
But I could give two fucks about my pride, nigga. I don't.
Yeah, I think
Sometimes.
I was gonna say because shit, you know, what really hurt my pride
Yeah.
when I fucking like, you come. Are you really in a mental state to know answers to questions like that? So
I just
didn't.
I have too much people riding on me for me to fail. And if I don't really mind failing, but it fucking fucks with me bad.
I wouldn't even say I have too much people behind me. I do have a lot of people, like mainly my immediate family. Other than my immediate family and you guys,
I think that's what he's talking about too.
Yeah,
It's our immediate family. It's like
I don't. My cousins is cool. We grew up together and shit like that. But nigga, they're not putting food on my table, on the table people eat off.
It's just reality, bro.
Yeah. So it's just.
I have literally too much animosity to see myself fail. And that's a bad thing because you see people say you're not supposed to have animosity in your heart because you know what I'm saying, especially for the people who believe in God and stuff like that. I believe in God. I'm just saying I don't want to force my religion on anyone, but
there's a lot to that. That's a whole other subject.
That's a whole other subject. We'll probably talk about that in fucking another episode of Freak Show. But I have too much animosity, so it's just like everything that I've been through when I was younger, it stayed on my back. Mm-hmm. I never got rid of it. Like, my grandfather, and then right after my grandfather, my best friend died, and right after my best friend, my grandmother, and then right after my grandmother, fucking the hair situation. But before all of that, I took a CPR class when I was like 13. And
that's young. That's real young. But that's good. It was good though. It was young and it's pretty good.
I was trying to do this. I was thinking leaning towards more trade whenever I got out of high school. Okay. So I was trying to do CPR, be nurse, be some kind of nurse whenever I got out. And I remember something actually happened. That was just me and my homeboys out. We were out. Yeah, we went to. If you're from Fayetteville, you know what Millstone 14 is, and that's where you got all the head at. But anyway, we were at Millstone 14, which is a big ass movie theater, and it's a plaza where you could go.
It could have been an AMC. It could have been
Millstone. That shit was called Millstone 14. So you got the putt literally right in front of it, where it had the mini golf and the games inside. So we had that right there. Then you had Millstone. Then you had a whole bunch of shopping chains.
He's talking about arcade. It's okay.
So this girl, right? She passes out. And she's like fucking struggling to breathe and shit like that. Her mother's just like, yo, does anybody know CPR? I can't do it. And I'm just like, I know fucking
CPR. A joke, probably.
No, it wasn't a joke. It wasn't.
No, they looked at you like you was a joke.
Yeah, because I was young. And they were just like, I was like, I know how to do it. And they was like, oh, seriously, does anybody know how to do it? And I pulled out my fucking car. I was like, yo, I'm serious. I know how to do this shit. So I put my car back in my pants and I fucking go over there and I'm fucking trying to do CPR on this girl. And later to find out the news, she doesn't make it. and that shit stuck with me.
Because you feel like, not that you failed, but you kind of like, is the attempt that kind of got you like, damn, like, what did I do wrong?
Exactly. So it felt like I was over here, like, maybe I was beating myself about it. Like, maybe if I did a little bit more compressions, or maybe if I would have just breathed a little bit harder, maybe she would have made it. But in all reality, there's nothing I really could have done. Because when you find out the deeper story to it, there was literally nothing anybody could have done. So it's just like, all the animosity that I carry, if I fail, I'm not going to let anybody who fucking say, oh, you're not going to make it, blah,
Like,
blah, blah. You know, so I'm not going to let
them be the other things that you went through.
Yeah, I don't want that shit to fucking, I don't want motherfuckers from my past to be like, oh, you ain't make it because you fucking suck type shit. Like, no, I'm literally about to fucking pull up to the high school reunion in a fucking Corvette. I don't give a fuck.
Corvette.
That is my fucking plan. The high school reunion, when I'm like fucking 30, pulling up in a Corvette.
I don't even know if I'll go to mine, nigga. Fuck out of here.
Bro, but...
Oh, I'm going to mine. I just want to see all the fucking gangbangers and shit. Still talking about some goddamn, you got all them guns and you ain't gonna shoot one. You got me fucked up. I'm pulling up to the high school reunion.
Yo, AK-47.
Yeah. With the choppers in the trunk. So,
But
I get what you're saying with the animosity though. I get what you're saying. Because that shit is literally, that shit's a real fear for people who don't know. Not even animosity, just the fear of just being like, yo, I got all these people on my back and I have to do this. I have to do this. And if I fail, I feel like I can't do anything else.
That's how I feel. So, my to wrap it up, I think my biggest thing, too, I don't think it's a fear, but it's just not like a concern for myself. It's like you said, you got a lot of people, you like, you know, you kind of like, if you feel like you failed, like your whole pack kind of just like failed. So, as much progress as I've done, not with myself, like all of us here, because we all, you know, if we've made this far, because we've made some type of progress. You know what I'm saying? I think, like, as a like alpha male, the leader of the pack, kind of makes me feel like the only thing that kind of keeps me down from certain things is like that whole little stage fright thing. Because you being shy or embarrassed to do any little thing can stop you from a bigger transaction in your life. You know what I'm saying? And that's a lot of things people fear. Like, oh, I can't just stand out front of people and like say what I gotta say. Sometimes you just got to.
I kind of know that fear.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you feel like your whole like, you know, bro, it's for example, it's like a lion is not gonna have one pack. It's always setting itself up. It sounds bad. A lion is always setting himself up for success.
That's what's called a pride, not a pack. It's a pride.
Exactly, which means like, well, if this family fails, I got my other family. You know, I can make it work here. I can make it work here. It sounds bad, but that's literally what like how it works. Like it's basically saying like don't have one plan, have multiple. That's why if your A, B, and C struggles, try X, Y, and Z. I promise you got from A to Z to try out something. And if you run out of there, you got numbers, bro. 1 through a fucking million.
Exactly. Literally, infinity, my nigga. Like there's no way you can run out of numbers. You always have a plan. I have a backup plan to my backup plans.
Well, I'm just trying to blow up my girl's backup plan.
This is my backup plan.
Anyways, to wrap it up, pretty much just stay positive. Keep doing what you're doing. We're doing what we're doing. Everybody here, we're one family. This is a freak show family.
So,
and with that being said,
like and fucking subscribe. Like and subscribe.
We're out.
Hey, we got hold on.
I'm about to go drink, nigga.
We gotta set up the hoops again.
He said what?
Set up the hoops. Come on, set up the hoops.
I knew we got too emotional because we started feeling the alcohol.